Carrie here from HomeSteadHow, and I'm grilling up some steaks. And I've never gone live like this before, and I figured, what the heck? Hopefully it's not too windy out. The girls are coming home from school soon, and they're going to be hungry. And so I've got some burger patties from Costco, and I've got this beautiful, look at this thing, New York strip. Nice fat on it too. Normally I've been eating ribeyes. So let's see, how does this work? Welcome to live chat. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this chat feature because I'm on one of these live streams before, as you can tell. So we'll see how this goes. There we go. Oh, so I see some comments on there. Cool. Yeah, so if you guys just jumped on, this is the first time I've done a live stream before, so I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm grilling up a beautiful New York strip and some burger patties. The girls are coming home from school soon, and three of them are now carnivores with me, so they're always starving when they come home. Hey, Ron's on. He's got some chicken wings in his air fryer. Awesome. If you guys didn't watch my video with Ron, you have to check it out. It was a lot of fun talking to you, Ron. I really enjoyed it. Ron is 71 years old, and he's been doing carnivore for 5 years now. It was the first interview I've ever done on my channel. And it was a lot of fun. It was very insightful. I learned a lot. Ron, I took your tip on the air fryer steak and catching the drippings from the steak and using it as a condiment. Really good tip. I don't know if you guys can see it or hear it in the background, but our chickens are going crazy over there. I've got my grill out here, and right there's our chicken coop, and then over there's our greenhouse. So I don't know if this was the best idea, but I'm going to try to cook this. If you guys have some questions, I'll try to answer them if I can, but they're scrolling through here pretty quick. Hey there, husband is grilling burgers for supper tonight. Awesome. Glad you got more time doing carnivore. Yeah, Ron was just saying the interview has over 25,000 views. Congratulations to you too, Ron. That was awesome. I really enjoyed talking to you. And Ron, I said this to you, and I've been saying it to other people. Every carnivore person I've met or spoken with have been great. Just like happiest, most joyful, nice people, fun to talk to, and that was including you, Ron. I really enjoyed it. I sure do hope that we can meet up at KetoCon next year. I've never been to a conference like that before, and I watched a lot of the YouTubers that went there, and it looks like a lot of fun, so it'd be awesome if we could meet in person. Either from Norway, it's late in the evening. Really enjoyed your interview with Ron. Awesome. Thank you from Norway. Can you please share your recent kidney function scores? I haven't had any yet. I did a bunch of lab work before starting. Sorry, I gotta throw one more burger on here. I did a bunch of lab work before starting, and I'm planning on going in again maybe in 2 weeks or so, and I'll definitely share a couple or anything, but everyone talks about this Redmond salt, so I've been using this, but it's the kind of thing. I bought some on Amazon. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Can you guys tell me if you can hear me okay on there, or I'm just blabbering to nothing here? Someone in the chat, let me know if you can hear me, but I bought some Redmond salt on Amazon, and it was a little tiny one. It was like this big. It was kind of false advertising. It was my fault for not looking closer, but they've been really handy. I've been taking them with me and having them in my pocket. Audio is good. Awesome, thanks. So then I ordered some of these larger ones, and so my understanding is these are way better than your table salt because that stuff's bleached and there's no nutrients in it, and this has all of the minerals in it. I watched a really interesting video Dr. Barry did on magnesium deficiency. and how prevalent it is. And it was very interesting. So I've been taking magnesium at night, and I think there's a bunch of magnesium in my keto chow drops. I take 2 of those in my water. But I've been sleeping great on taking that magnesium. I've been sleeping great regardless, but I noticed when I take that magnesium, I have like some crazy dreams and things like that. So Redmond's is very tasty as well. Well, let's see what he said. A doctor appointment this morning, liver and kidney blood plans. Awesome. Sounds good. Yeah, it's been cool watching some of the other YouTubers share some of their results and their blood work and things like that over time. Yeah, so I'm located here in Wisconsin, and it's a little windy and cooler out today, but we've got 70s all weekend. And if anyone's new here to the channel, my wife and my 4 daughters and I, we purchased our small town movie theater about 8 months ago now. And so since today's Friday, it's our big movie day. We've got a movie going on at 7. So shortly after eating dinner here, we're going to rush over and get the popcorn made. Haven't had any popcorn, of course, in 60 days since I've been doing carnivore. Haven't really had any craving to do it, but it's always fun on the weekends playing the movies for sure. Is cheese okay on carnivore? Not for me. I know a lot of folks on carnivore that do have cheese. I've experimented with keto on and off for years, and anytime I would eat cheese, it would stall me. It would give me inflammation issues, but some people are fine with it. Not so much for myself, though. Rainy day in Joplin, Missouri. Yeah, Ron, I hear you. Cheese is very inflammatory. Yeah, I noticed the same thing for myself. I know some people do cheese, or they'll say, like, I'm doing burgers now, some people will just throw a little slice of cheese on, but I haven't ventured into that in the last 60 days. I'm very nervous about that just from my experience doing that on keto. You mentioned Wisconsin. Thank you. Yes, I'm in central Wisconsin right now, Montello. Yeah, so tonight we've got a movie. We're playing Book Club, the next chapter. But then next weekend I'm excited because we're playing the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. A lot of people have been asking for that one. We got some really cool movies coming up this summer. We're going to be playing the Indiana Jones movie. I'm looking forward to that one. Last Indiana Jones movie, probably with Harrison Ford in it, and then Mission Impossible too. Cottage Grove, Wisconsin keto is great for the most part. The items I needed explosive energy for things like sprinting, swimming, basketball. How's your energy? My energy is very good. It's excellent. And I found the only time it's lagging a little bit is when I don't get enough fat in my diet, which is very easy to do on carnivore. And I think a lot of people make that mistake. It's very easy to not get enough fat. I'll hear some people like, oh, I'll eat like leaner pieces of meat and things like that. So I'm always trying to get more fat, and I can definitely feel it. I'm kind of rambling right now, but when I eat a big juicy steak with a lot of fat on it, it feels almost like a caffeine rush, or like I drank an energy drink or something. And Harrison, Michigan, hello. Thank you for commenting. Awesome. This is kind of fun. I've never done a live stream before, and so surprised how many people are jumping on. Northwoods, Oneida County in the house. That's awesome. Oneida County, is that Green Bay, right? I think that's Green Bay. Oneida Casino, right? Probably. Let me know. I've spent too much time in that place myself. All right, I gotta check, make sure I'm not burning anything. Good. Now I gotta rotate it halfway. How do you guys cook your steaks? I'm becoming quite a professional now, if I do say so myself, but I just do the little touch method. So once I think it's close, I'll push in on it, and I can feel if I touch it and it goes in. If it's very rare, it'll give a little bit too much. If it's a little harder, then I know it's almost ready. I haven't used a thermometer yet, but let's see. I found the same when lifting weights. 5 to 10% reduction in strength. Yeah, my energy's been fine if I get enough fat. And then the other thing I've noticed is endurance is way better. I've gone on some bike rides, and I've done some kind of strenuous work where I would get exhausted before, and I don't seem to get tired. I've been lifting weights too, and when I lift weights, my muscles will get tired, but I don't get that fatigue I used to get, like, oh, I got to go take a nap now. I don't seem to have any of that anymore. Any kind of dairy will increase your anti-TG level. Be aware. Yeah, good feedback. Everyday Carnivore. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Kira, you got to get grilling them right. We're all watching. Yeah, no pressure, right? I'm pretty good at grilling, but I don't know if I'll probably mess this up because I'm trying to keep up on the chat here and grill at the same time. But I've been switching it up between ribeyes and New York strips. I like the ribeye for the fat better, but I've really been noticing the various different tastes of the different cuts of beef. The girls had sirloin the other night. I didn't think I'd be a big fan of it. I tasted it. It was amazing. It tasted way different than what I'm used to eating with the ribeye even. Started carnivore 4 weeks ago, went to the doctor for a checkup. He took blood and ordered me an orca-statin for cholesterol. Yeah, that sounds very unfortunate and familiar. It seems like that is a very common thing. Doctors prescribing statins in every case. I was on statins for a while myself, and thank goodness I got off of them. Here's my inspiration for transitioning to carnivore. I plan on taking a road trip to the farm you have featured for some good beef. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's like right down the road. Actually, today I'm not eating their beef, but almost every other day I was. I was at Costco yesterday. I had to run some errands there. And so the only bad thing with the folks down the road is it's frozen, which isn't horrible. But I was at Costco and these ones were fresh. And the last time I went to the folks down the road, they were out of ribeye. But I think they've got a new stockpile of stuff in there now. So I'll have to go over there and check. Yeah, if you come by, you can stop by the movie theater too if you guys are into movies. We're having so much fun at the theater. It's an old historic building, dates back to 1859 before Lincoln was president. And so Jen and I are preserving all of the history, and we've collected all these newspaper articles. We've been putting them with a history exhibit in the basement there at the theater. It's free for anyone if they want to come take a look. Ooh, almost left that too long. That thing is looking good. Sirloin, good, rare, mid-cooked ribeye. Yeah, for sure. Movie theater sounds so cool. Yeah, it's been amazing. One of the biggest things with the theater is it's not a business. I'm very fortunate we've got some other businesses we're running, but the movie theater really isn't a business to try to make a bunch of money off of. It's more of a passion project and a hobby, and my wife and I and the girls love going to the movies, and we've been going to this theater for years. They closed down for 2 years due to COVID. And so I planted a seed with the owner a couple of years ago. I said, if you're ever thinking of selling, we'd love it. And I never thought that it would ever work out or that we could afford it, but it ended up working out. And yeah, so it's been 8 months now. We reopened it, and it's just been a dream come true. The biggest thing is the family part of it. So the triplets all work at the theater with Jen and myself, work at the concession area, and it's just been really fun. Lots of adventures and excitement running the concessions. It's just on weekends right now, but in summer we're going to be open every day except for Mondays. So there's so many cool movies coming up this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lipid panel test might show your small, dense LDL profile. That's pretty cool. You're making a museum about the history of the building. History is important. I totally agree. History is so important and so interesting. It's been a blast at the theater too. Goes back before Lincoln was president, and there's so much history there. Thousands of stories were told in our movie theater building before they ever played a single movie. And we have every iteration. I gotta watch this. I'm gonna burn my steak here. We have every iteration of cinematography, movie projection equipment you can imagine. From the very early rudimentary picture shows that started in our theater. For example, when the Titanic sunk in 1912, they had a huge picture show. And this was a little bit before they actually had projection movies at the theater. So they went from just rudimentary picture shows to black and white pictures. We had silent movies there. We still have the original piano that dates back to 1890. And for decades, they had someone out there playing piano alongside all of the silent movies. So that's been really cool. Average amount of you're eating in a day, just curious. Yeah, good question. Way less than you would think. So yesterday I went to Culver's. I had 2 burger patties and bacon. I don't normally go out to eat, but I was on the road. And then I came home and I had a small sirloin steak. And now today, this is what I do every other day. I have eggs and bacon for breakfast one day. I'm doing the beef, butter, bacon, eggs. So I'll have eggs and bacon one in the morning, and then I'll have like a little bit of ground beef or something at night. And that'll be it. 2 meals. And then the next day, I'll usually have like a big ribeye. And that'll be it for the whole day. So it's almost like 1 meal a day. Now, it's different for everybody. So I would say you do you. Eat until you're comfortably full is what I heard Dr. Berry say. And I think that's very good advice. And I take that advice. Eat until you're comfortably full. I have fat to lose. I've lost 33 pounds. I was in the 180s this morning. I was so excited. Actually, I was in the 180s about a week ago, but I dropped down even a couple more. I was like 188, almost 187 this morning. But I still have a lot of fat to lose. So when I'm in ketosis, I'm burning through that fat. Once I lose all of the fat and I get down to like Dante from Frigno Freedom, that guy's. So now he's trying to eat more. I think that's what's going to happen to me is when I get rid of all my fat, I'll have to make up a little bit more. But right now, 1 big ribeye, and then the next alternating day, I'll have 2 meals. 1 meal, 2 meal, 1 meal, 2 meal. Oh, I'm getting a call here. Just ignore that. I eat 1.5 pounds some days, more other days. Nowadays I eat horse mackerel and coconut only, some green olives and olive oil. Switching to small fish instead of lamb meat, total cholesterol dropped from 430 to 266. Cool. Yeah, good stuff. I've said before I eat beef, butter, bacon, eggs, like the Dr. Ken Berry diet, and that's 99% of the time. I have had a little seafood though. My daughter Lily, who's I talked about before, who did carnivore with me very successfully and cleared up her HS, she has made salmon for me a couple times. Maybe like once every 2 weeks I'll have that, and that was very good. And I had shrimp too. I had shrimp. The first week I started this, I had shrimp and sirloin, and then I would take Kerrygold butter and melt it, and I dip it in the butter so I get enough fat. And I kind of stopped on the shrimp thing. That was more so maybe the first 10 days I had quite a bit of shrimp. Oh, awesome. Thank you for that super chat. That's so cool. I look forward to seeing the video with you and your daughters. Yes. And in fact, you might see them here any minute now. They're supposed to be home from school. And Emma, the vegan, who's turned carnivore 10 days ago, completely blowing my mind. We started filming a video already, so I have to show it to Emma to make sure she's okay with it. But I'm not forcing her to do anything. I wanted that to be clear too. She decided to do carnivore on her own, which completely blew my mind. It's been 10 days now. And she feels so much better already. It's only been 10 days, so she has a long way to go, but you could just see the life come back into her as soon as she started eating. She started out with eggs, and I encouraged her. I was like, you got to do keto for like a week or 10 days. You don't just go from vegan to carnivore. Of course, she didn't listen to anything I said. And then a couple days into it, she's like, yeah, I'm not listening to you. I'm just going straight carnivore. Luckily, she's been pretty okay. She's been drinking a lot of the electrolyte drops, and she's been eating way more fat. I thought it would, because she's been vegan and she's worried about eating the fat. She's been doing amazing. And left side of my grill isn't firing. Yeah, so Emma's been doing amazing, and we filmed a video together. She actually, her sister filmed her, and then she sent it to me. But the first time she ate eggs after 5 years of being a vegan, she started out as a vegetarian for a year, and then she went vegan, and she did this for 5 years, strict, completely strict. And it was getting really bad here the last couple weeks. Like I mentioned in my video earlier, some of you might have seen that, but she was just eating cauliflower, and she was so weak. She'd go to bed at like 5:30. She was pale and just not getting the nutrition, despite her mother and myself encouraging her to eat more. But we took some video of her eating eggs for the first time, and you can just see her face light up. And then that's all she did the first day, and then she had some bone broth, and then the next day she had some bacon. And it was so funny. She took a bite of the bacon. She's like, oh my goodness, this is so good. And I'm like, yeah, you think so? Do you think it's good? After just eating cauliflower basically every day for a week, she finally had some meat. It was like a switch turned, and she's just a completely different person. It's like she's woken up again. So it's been awesome. And then she ventured into some steak. And then on day 8 of her going carnivore, I think she's on day 10 today. On day 8, 2 days ago, I took her to a fancy steak restaurant. This was a treat. That's something we're going to obviously do all the time, but I wanted to give her a taste of some very, very good, delicious steak, better than I could cook here myself. And we got video of that. And so Emma wants to share it all. She says she's watched quite a few vegan turned carnivore influencers on YouTube. And so she wants to kind of give back, and she wants to be accountable. If she does the videos and shares her story with people, she's going to be more accountable. But a suggestion: best eggs, then pour into a hot waffle iron and use it as bread. Oh, that's cool, Ron. Bacon is full of histamines. You might take quercetin with it. Great idea. Yeah, Ron, you got the best ideas. It's some of it's simple, but like you were saying with the air fryer, collect those drippings and then pour it over as a condiment. It took me 30 days. I don't know why, because Dante from Frigno Freedom suggests using the air fryer, and I didn't listen to him until day 30. I wish I would have earlier. The air fryer is amazing. The steaks turn out so nice and juicy. I'm gonna burn mine here. So, let's see if we can show that on camera there. I'm gonna let that rest for a minute. Looks pretty good though. Yeah, I just do I don't know how you guys do it, but I do this. I do the little touch test. That's gonna be perfectly medium. Sometimes I'll do more medium rare, but I kind of like it a little medium rare. So yeah, Ron's suggestion, taking the drippings from the air fryer, that's been great. I used to do that with the cast iron skillet. Was the first week I was on carnivore, I'd cook ribeye in ghee to get enough fat in the cast iron skillet, and then at the end, that ghee and the fat would just be sizzling, and then I'd pour it over the steak. Oh, so good. My wife was a 10-year vegetarian who quit in November because of my carnivore success. She was in heaven with bacon early on. Awesome, Arthur, that is so cool. I hope she's doing well now. That's amazing. Yeah, I really appreciate all these stories. It's amazing how many people have reached out and said, yeah, I was vegan and now I'm carnivore. Such a drastic 180-degree change for so many people. But one of the things with Emma, I mentioned this in my video earlier, if you guys saw it, that's so cool and I really appreciate about her. She's 15 years old right now. She's about to turn 16. She is, I'm going to make a t-shirt for this. She's the compassionate carnivore. And what that means is she's not going to eat anything unless she knows where it came from and that the animal was treated humanely. Most of the food we eat, you might be able to see it in the background there. That's our chicken coop. We have 18 eggs. We're very fortunate, very blessed. But we have our own farm fresh eggs, although we're having trouble keeping up with them. I bought some from Costco the other day because we're going through so many eggs. I made almost, now when I make eggs, I do 18 eggs at a time because so many of us are eating eggs on a daily basis, and the girls were taking them to school with them. But Emma won't eat anything unless she knows where it's from. And so the meat and everything, like from our neighbors, she approved it, but she vetted the neighbors, and actually Emma, the 15-year-old, went and talked to the neighbor. So I already knew the cows because we drive past them every day. They're grass-fed, they're organic, and they put them from pasture to pasture, just these beautiful green grass pastures. So they take very good care of the animals, but Emma won't eat anything unless she's checked into it. So that's been awesome. I said we should make a t-shirt, compassionate carnivore. I don't know if I've heard that term. Leave a comment below, please, if you've heard that before. Steak and Butter Gal is a great example. Yeah, someone told me about her too. I told Emma about her. Emma's been checking out some of her videos. Thank you for that. Yeah, there's been a couple other ones too. You need a big green egg. I'll never grill anything else. Yeah, so I have this, which is getting a little rusty, and then I have a big Yoder smoker. And I was talking to Carnivore Kip about that. I think he has a Yoder smoker too. I haven't smoked anything up since I was on carnivore because every time I would smoke meats in the past, it would taste great, but it would always have rubs on it with all sorts of ingredients, and I'm steering away from everything except for this. But I'm going to try it because, I can still smoke up some ribs or something and just put salt on it. So I'm going to give that a try, but I haven't really used my smoker that much. YouTube has a lack in carnivore blood test videos. Whoever shares his lab scores will be watched a lot. Yeah, very true. I have seen a couple. I think Dante shared some of his from Frigno Freedom, and it was cool because I think he actually just showed the screenshot from his computer and just went through all the numbers. But I would like to see more, and every time I do see those, which is rare, they do seem to be very popular videos. I'm an open book, good or bad. I'm going to share whatever it is. So I'm hoping to do that in maybe 2 weeks or so. I got to see. My insurance is very ridiculous, so I got to figure that out. Butchers will cut to any size for you. Aldi's do some fat ribeyes now too. Yeah, I gotta check out Aldi's. I haven't been there in a while. Again, I'd have to have my daughter Emma check and make sure it's compassionate carnivore. But that's been I totally agree with Emma on that too. There's some things where you know, like chickens that are just kept in cages, or you see like thousands of chickens in a little room. They lay an egg and then they just dispose of the chicken, or they're in horrible conditions. I don't want to support anything like that. I know sometimes you don't have a choice if you can't afford anything else. We're fortunate to have our own chickens here, so we try to do that as much as possible. All right, anyone want to guess how I cook my steak here? I think it might be a little bit too medium. I'll cut into it here and show you. Wood chips give a lot of flavor. Rob Ranford does a lot just on barbecue. One side heat with no chip punch. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's the cool thing with that Yoder smoker. You can get the different flavored wood pellets. Mine's a pellet smoker. Not a fan of steak and butter girl. She's nice, but she's never had to work. You get me. I've seen multiple carnivore blood tests improving kidney function numbers, which I heard was impossible. That's cool. All right, I'm going to cut into this. I'll show you what we got here. As I'm burning girls' burgers. They should be home here any minute now. So I mentioned, so I took Emma to get a steak at this place in Wisconsin Dells. It's called Kaminsky's Chop House, and it was ridiculously expensive. I'm never going to do it again. The only reason I did it was because she was a vegan for 5 years and she switched over, but it wasn't even a bribe. I mean, I didn't say I'm going to take you for a steak if you switch over. She chose to do that herself. Plus, I thought I'd make a cool video, but it was like $80 for a steak there. And it was very, very good, but it was, of course, not worth that. And then I was just thinking afterwards, the amount of steak I could buy for that. But it was a fun kind of one-time thing. We got video of it. Like I said, I'm editing that together, so that'll be coming up soon on the channel. You guys can meet Emma and hear about her journey going from vegan to carnivore, including video of her eating her first eggs, bacon, and her first steak, and then going up for that big fancy steak the other night. Again, it was some good memories, a lot of fun. All right, let's see what we got here. New York strip. Oh, this is a thick one. Oh, see, one tricky thing, I'll show you guys this steak here. The camera never does it justice. I've taken video of my steak before, and everyone's like, that's well done, and it's clearly pink, but then when on camera, it's not. But this one is medium. It's not rare. It's medium in my opinion. Yeah, see, the camera's not doing it. It's a lot pinker than what that looks like. So good. Yeah, sorry, I'm missing some of these chats here. What do we say here? Oh, I'm 16 years old and want to start low-carb, high-fat diet, but I don't have any autoimmune problems. I'm going too extreme trying keto or carnivore, or would a young man like me benefit from it? Geez, that's a very good question. My advice would be to start keto, but please chime in the comments. 16-year-old and looking for some advice. Awesome that you're trying to do something and take control of your situation. For me, I would definitely suggest start carnivore, do that for a couple weeks and then ease into it. There's no reason to kind of start extreme, especially if you were just doing kind of the standard American diet before that. I've done keto on and off for years and I've seen some really good benefits from it, but my sort of autoimmune issues and inflammation and things like that were not getting better on keto, and my weight was stalling on keto. But keto helps a lot of people, so I would maybe suggest starting there and then see how you feel and transition over from there. It's probably not polite for me to talk and eat, but man, I wish the camera would do this more justice. Let me just take my glasses off. It looks like it's gray, but this is pink. It's almost like my shirt. Oh, it's so good. This is what we got here. That one was from Costco. Most of the steak I get is grass-fed organic from my neighbor down the road. But this Costco stuff, it's expensive, but it's very, very good. And this particular New York strip is one of the thicker ones I've had. My daughter Lily is going down. Looks like they're picking up the triplets now. I follow Dr. Berry already. Making me hungry, man. Yeah, time to get some steak. Yeah, what time is it now? It's almost 3. Yeah, we're trying to get some dinner done and eat before. New York strip is my favorite cut of steak. Yeah, it's a toss-up between that and ribeye. I like to switch it up a little bit. But especially when you get a nice fatty New York strip. This one has a good side of fat on it. My other daughter Lily was just leaving to pick the girls up. So my oldest daughter Lily just turned 18. She didn't have school. She's graduating. We're having a big graduation party next week, so that's going to be very interesting, having all the extended family over. And you're doing what? You're going to kill yourself. You've only eaten steak for 60 days. Some of them know about it, some of them don't. I don't really care. That's the only downside I can see to carnivore, is the social aspect of it. But the pros obviously far outweigh the cons. You hear my rooster over there. I follow him too. I was referring to the 16-year-old who wants advice. Dr. Barry is a medical doctor. Yeah, sorry, I'm missing some of these comments, but yeah, for the 16-year-old too, check out Dr. Barry. I've been promoting the heck out of Dr. Barry. I think he's absolutely amazing. I mentioned in my previous video, Dr. Barry's video on reversing type 2 diabetes. There's like 1,000 comments on there about, Dr. Barry, you saved my life. Advice saved my life. These videos saved my life. Just amazing stuff. People getting their life back because of some of the information Dr. Barry's sharing there. I know he does a live stream with his wife Nisha every Monday, Q&A, and I've been watching that. I don't even have any questions really. It's just so entertaining and educational, hearing him just answer those questions just off the cuff. And so if you have questions you're not sure of, I would check him out. Dr. Anthony Chaffee is very good too. Yeah, in fact, Adam, am I pronouncing that right? Chaffee or Chaffee? Chaffee, I think it's Chaffee. I've watched several of his videos. They're very good. And I'm actually going to be on his channel in June 15th. He reached out to me, or I reached out to him. I love his channel, and I featured him in my earlier update video about plants are killing us. So I'm going to be on his channel, so that'll be exciting. Wishing a lot of Dr. Barry, Dr. Berg. Dr. Berg's really good too. The science behind it. Yep, I'm experiencing some keto flu at the moment, so going to try and get my electrolytes up. Yes, yes, yes. So my daughter Lily had no keto flu, and I had no keto flu, and I think it was because I took the advice of Dr. Barry and some of those guys out there to the extreme. I drank a ton of water, and I got those keto chow drops. Again, I'm not an affiliate with those. I bought them on Amazon or somewhere. You do little drops in the water with the electrolytes. I drank a ton of water, and I had a lot of fatty meat, and I drank more water than I thought I should. I had no keto flu symptoms, and neither did my daughter Lily. So I hope you can get through that. Up your fat content, plenty of water, and get those electrolytes, and hopefully you'll get through that okay. Yeah, I was hoping the girls would be here a little bit earlier, but they're running late, so I gotta eat my steak. It's getting cold, but this was a lot of fun. I should probably do some more live streams like this. So I'm gonna cut out here. It's been 32 minutes, and it looks like I got a delivery driver coming down the driveway now. So yep, I'm gonna end this now, but thank you guys very much. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate all the comments and everything here. And oh, look at this. I didn't think they were gonna come for a while. Here you guys can see a little bit more of the yard. Our driveway's a mess. I'm having stones dropped, so I have to go talk to this person right now. But really appreciate all of you joining my live stream and all the support and comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.